Listen carefully. Success does not come to talented people. Success comes to consistent people. If you are tired, do not stop. Rest for a moment, then start again. People may ignore you today. People may laugh at you today. But if you keep moving forward, one day they will ask you how you did it. Remember this truth. Your comfort zone is the enemy of your future. Force yourself to improve. No excuses. No shortcuts. Just daily effort. The pain you feel today is building the strength you will need tomorrow. Alex lived in a small town. His house was old and quiet. There was no luxury. There was only hope. Every morning, Alex went to school. He sat at the back of the class. Other students spoke English clearly. Alex could not. When the teacher asked questions, Alex stayed silent. Some students laughed. Alex felt hurt, but he said nothing. At home, Alex helped his parents. At night, he opened his books. The words were difficult. The sentences were confusing. Many times, Alex wanted to stop. But inside his heart, a voice said, "If you stop now, your life will stay the same." Alex closed his eyes and promised himself, "I will not quit." Alex's life did not change suddenly. There was no miracle. There was only one small decision. One evening, Alex returned from school. His shirt was dusty. His bag was old. His heart felt heavy. That day, a student laughed at him again. The words were sharp. They stayed in his mind. Alex sat alone in his room. He looked at the wall for a long time. Then he spoke softly to himself. "I am tired of feeling small." That night, Alex made a decision. It was not easy, but it was strong. He decided to wake up early every day. Before school. Before noise. Before excuses. The next morning, Alex woke up at 5 a.m. His eyes were heavy. His body wanted sleep. But he stood up. He opened an old English book. Some pages were missing. Some words were difficult. But Alex did not close the book. He read one sentence again and again. Slowly. Very slowly. Sometimes he did not understand. Sometimes he felt angry. Sometimes he felt stupid. But he remembered his promise. After school, Alex practiced again. He wrote new words in a notebook. He spoke them quietly. His pronunciation was bad. But his effort was real. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. No one praised Alex. No one noticed his hard work. But something was changing inside him. Alex was no longer waiting for help. He was helping himself. And that was the beginning of real change. You must understand this. Growth is lonely. Improvement is uncomfortable. And success is painful before it is powerful. Most people quit when results are slow. But winners stay when progress is invisible. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation comes after action. If you train your mind to stay strong, when everything feels difficult, life will have no power over you. Remember this line deeply. You don't need support from the world. You need discipline from yourself. Push yourself even when no one is watching. Because character is built in silence. Alex's routine became strict. Every day looked the same. Wake up early. Study. School. Work. Study again. At first, he felt proud. But soon, loneliness arrived. His friends played games after school. They laughed loudly. They enjoyed life. Alex watched them from a distance. Sometimes his heart felt heavy. One day, a friend said, "Why do you study so much? Nothing will change." Those words hurt Alex deeply. That night, he felt weak. He closed his book and sat quietly. His mind was full of questions. Is this worth it? Why am I trying so hard? Why is my life so difficult? Tears came into his eyes. For the first time, Alex thought about giving up. But then he remembered his parents, their tired faces, their silent sacrifices. He remembered the laughter in class. He remembered the pain of silence. Alex wiped his tears. He opened his book again. He spoke slowly. Not today. Days passed. Alex's English improved little by little. He could read paragraphs now. He could understand simple videos. One day, the teacher asked students to read aloud. Alex's heart beat fast. The teacher looked at him and said, "Alex, you try." The class became quiet. Alex stood up. His hands were shaking. He started reading. Slow, clear, not perfect but real. Some students smiled, not to laugh, but in surprise. The teacher nodded. That moment changed Alex. He realized something important. Fear disappears when effort becomes habit. Alex sat down with a calm heart. For the first time, he felt stronger than his past. The road was still long. The struggle was still real. But Alex knew one thing now. He was no longer the same boy. Let this truth hit you hard. Your future is created by what you do when no one is clapping. Everyone wants success, but very few people want the process. If you feel pressure, it means you are growing. If you feel fear, it means you are stepping forward. Stop asking, "Why is my life hard?" Start asking, "How strong can I become?" Force yourself to improve every single day. Even 1% progress is powerful. The world respects results, not excuses. After that day in class, Alex felt a new energy inside him. It was not confidence. It was belief. He started speaking English more often. Not loudly, not perfectly, but honestly. Some students still laughed. Some ignored him. But Alex did not stop. One afternoon, the teacher announced a competition. A small English speech contest. When Alex heard this, his heart started racing. Fear returned. At home, Alex could not sleep. His mind said, "You are not ready." But another voice replied, "You will never be ready unless you try." The next day, Alex wrote his name. His hands were shaking, but his decision was firm. For weeks, Alex practiced his speech. He spoke in front of the mirror. He corrected his mistakes. He failed again and again. Sometimes he forgot words. Sometimes he felt stupid. But he continued. The day of the contest arrived. Students stood on the stage. Alex waited in the corner. His name was called. He walked slowly to the front. The lights were bright. The room was silent. Alex took a deep breath. He spoke about struggle. He spoke about failure. He spoke about effort. His voice was not strong, but his words were real. When he finished, there was silence for a moment. Then, applause. Alex's eyes filled with tears. Not because he won, but because he tried. The teacher smiled proudly. Students looked at him differently. That day, Alex learned something powerful. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action in fear. Alex walked home with tired legs, but a strong heart. He knew this was only the beginning. Remember this. The real battle is not outside. It is inside your mind. Every day, your mind will say, "Stop. Rest. Quit." But discipline says, "Do it anyway." If you can control your mind, you can control your future. Pain is temporary. Regret is permanent. Force yourself to improve, even when motivation disappears. Because one day, your hard work will introduce you to a life you once only dreamed about. After the speech contest, Alex felt different. Not proud, not arrogant, just stronger. Students no longer laughed openly. Some even asked him questions. How did you improve? How do you speak better now? Alex smiled politely. He did not explain much. He knew the truth. Late nights, early mornings, lonely effort. Alex's routine became sharper. He made a timetable. Every hour had a purpose. Morning was for reading. Afternoon was for listening practice. Night was for speaking. Sometimes his throat hurt. Sometimes his head felt heavy. But he continued. One evening, Alex's father sat beside him. He watched Alex study quietly. His father said softly, "I am proud of you." Those words meant more than any prize. Months passed. Alex's English improved clearly. He could understand conversations. He could express his thoughts. One day, the school announced interviews for a city scholarship. Only a few students would be selected. Fear returned again. But this time, Alex did not run. He prepared seriously. He practiced answers. He learned to speak with clarity. The interview day came. Alex sat in front of the panel. His heart beat fast, but his voice stayed calm. He answered honestly. He spoke about struggle. He spoke about discipline. When he left the room, he did not know the result, but he knew one thing. He had given his best. That night, Alex looked at the sky again, just like before. But this time, he smiled. He was no longer waiting for change. He had become the change. Understand this clearly. Your life changes the moment you stop begging for comfort and start demanding effort from yourself. Most people fail, not because life is unfair, but because they quit too early. If you feel pressure, you are being shaped. If you feel tired, you are getting closer. Force yourself to improve. When it hurts the most, that is where winners are made. Do not look for easy days. Build strong habits. After the interview, Alex entered a new phase of life. Waiting. Days passed slowly. Every morning, Alex checked his phone. Every evening, he checked again. No message. No call. Doubt tried to enter his mind. What if I fail? What if all this effort was useless? But Alex did something different this time. He did not stop working, even without answers. He continued his routine. He woke up early. He read books. He practiced speaking. He listened to English conversations. Alex understood something important. Real discipline does not depend on results. One afternoon, a classmate said, "Why are you still studying so hard? The interview is over." Alex replied calmly, "I am not studying for the interview. I am studying for my future." That night, Alex helped his mother at home. He saw her tired hands. He saw her quiet strength. He promised himself, "One day, I will give you rest." Weeks later, a letter arrived at school. Alex's hands shook. As he opened it, he read the words slowly. Selected. For a moment, Alex could not breathe. He read it again and again. Tears rolled down his face. The teacher congratulated him. Some students clapped. Some stayed silent. Alex walked home quietly. At home, he showed the letter to his parents. His mother cried. His father hugged him tightly. That night, Alex did not celebrate loudly. He sat alone. He thought about the past, the laughter, the fear, the lonely nights. He realized something powerful. This success did not come from luck. It came from daily effort, when no one was watching. But Alex also knew this truth. This was not the destination. This was only the next level. And new levels bring new struggles. Alex closed his eyes and prepared himself for a bigger world. New levels bring new fear. New dreams bring new pressure. If you feel scared after progress, it means you are stepping into something bigger. Never go back to comfort. Just because growth feels heavy, force yourself to improve. Even when your old self tries to pull you back. Remember, you did not come this far to stop here. The scholarship changed everything for Alex. For the first time, he left his small town. He went to a big city. Tall buildings, fast people, confident voices. Alex felt small again. In the new college, students spoke English fluently. They discussed ideas without fear. Alex understood them, but speaking was still hard. The old fear returned. In class, he listened carefully. He took notes. He stayed silent at first. At night, Alex felt pressure. The city was loud. His room was quiet. He missed home. He missed comfort. Many times, Alex thought, maybe I don't belong here. But then he remembered how far he had come. He adjusted his routine again. More listening, more speaking practice, more courage. One day, during a group discussion, a student asked Alex his opinion. The room became silent. Alex's heart beat fast. But he spoke. His sentences were not perfect. His accent was different. But his idea was strong. The group listened. Some nodded. Some asked questions. For the first time in the city, Alex felt accepted. Weeks passed. Alex slowly became confident. He joined the library daily. He spoke with new people. He stopped hiding. Alex understood a powerful truth. You do not need to be perfect to be respected. You need to be brave. Standing in the city lights one night, Alex smiled quietly. The boy who was afraid to speak was now sharing his thoughts. The journey was still long. The pressure was still real. But Alex knew now. He belonged. Wherever he was willing to grow. Success will test you more than failure ever did. When things start going right, discipline becomes even more important. Do not relax too early. Do not forget your roots. Force yourself to improve, especially when life feels easier, because comfort can destroy what struggle created. Stay hungry. Stay focused. Life in the city moved fast. Alex had to move faster. College assignments were difficult. Deadlines were strict. Competition was everywhere. Some students were naturally confident. They spoke without thinking. They answered without fear. Alex sometimes felt slow. One week, Alex received low marks on an English presentation. The feedback was direct. Good ideas, weak delivery. Those words hurt. That night, Alex sat alone in the library. He felt the old frustration again. I worked so hard, he thought. Why is it still not enough? For a moment, he felt like giving up. But then he remembered every phase of his life. Nothing came easy before. Why should this be easy? Alex changed his strategy. He recorded his voice daily. He listened to native speakers. He practiced tone and pause. He spoke in front of the mirror again, just like before. Days turned into weeks. The next presentation arrived. Alex walked to the front of the class. His hands were steady. His voice was clear. He spoke slowly. He made eye contact. He trusted his preparation. When he finished, the room stayed silent. Then the teacher nodded. This is improvement, the teacher said. Alex sat down quietly. Inside, he felt powerful. Not because he was the best, but because he was better than yesterday. Later that day, a junior student stopped Alex. I want to improve like you, the student said. Alex smiled. He realized something new. Your growth becomes real when it inspires others. That night, Alex wrote in his notebook, progress is slow, but quitting is slower. The pressure was still there. The competition was still real. But Alex was no longer afraid of pressure. He knew pressure was proof that he was moving forward. At some point, you stop chasing success. You start becoming success. Discipline becomes your identity. Effort becomes your habit. Force yourself to improve until improvement feels normal. When hard work becomes routine, greatness becomes possible. As time passed, Alex became known in college, not as the smartest, not as the loudest, but as the most consistent. Teachers noticed his effort. Students respected his discipline. One evening, the college organized a small mentoring program. Senior students were asked to help juniors with English. Alex hesitated. He remembered the boy who was afraid to speak. How can I teach? He thought. But he also remembered the pain of being silent. Alex joined the program. On the first day, a group of nervous students sat in front of him. Their eyes were full of fear, just like his once were. Alex spoke slowly and calmly. I am not perfect, he said. I am still learning. The room relaxed. Alex shared his methods. Daily reading, listening practice, speaking without fear of mistakes. He told them the truth. You will feel stupid. That means it is working. Students smiled. Weeks passed. The group improved. One day, a student spoke confidently in front of the class. Alex watched silently. That moment touched his heart. He realized something deep. Growth is powerful, but helping others grow is even more powerful. At night, Alex called his parents. He told them about the program. His mother said proudly, You have changed many lives. Alex looked out of the window. City lights were shining. He remembered the small house, the old books, the lonely nights. The journey felt long, but meaningful. Alex understood now. Success is not only about reaching the top. It is about lifting others while you climb. And this realization prepared Alex for the biggest test of his life. As you get closer to your dream, life gives you one final test. This test is not to stop you. It is to confirm who you have become. Do not fear the final pressure. Face it, because the last step is always the hardest and the most meaningful. Force yourself to improve one last time, even when you feel you have done enough. That is how endings become legendary. College life was coming to an end. Alex felt it in the air. Goodbyes were near. Responsibilities were waiting. Students talked about jobs, about salaries, about the future. Alex listened quietly. Inside, he felt pressure again. Not fear, but weight. He had changed his life, but now he had to prove it to the real world. One day, Alex received an email. A job interview. A big company. His hands trembled. This was not a class. This was life. 4 days, Alex prepared seriously. He revised his basics. He practiced interviews. He corrected his mistakes. The night before the interview, Alex could not sleep. Old memories came back. The laughter, the silence, the fear. He sat on his bed and spoke softly. I did not come this far to doubt myself. The interview day arrived. Alex entered the building. The walls were tall. The people were confident. He waited his turn. When he sat in front of the panel, his heart beat fast. They asked questions. Difficult questions. Alex answered calmly. Not perfectly, but honestly. He spoke with clarity. He spoke with confidence. Most importantly, he spoke without fear. When the interview ended, Alex walked out slowly. He did not know the result, but he felt something different. Peace. Because for the first time, Alex was not running from who he was. That evening, Alex went back to his room. He packed his bag. Tomorrow, he would go home, not as the boy who was silent, but as the man who fought his weakness. The end was close now. Not the end of effort, but the end of a chapter that started with fear and was now filled with strength. Listen carefully. Alex was never special. He was never lucky. He was never confident at the start. He was just consistent. If Alex can rise from silence to strength, then you can rise too. Your background does not decide your future. Your daily habits do. No one is coming to save you. No one will feel your pain. You must stand up for yourself. There will be days when you feel tired. There will be nights when you want to quit. But remember this. Pain changes you. Discipline builds you. And consistency defines you. Do not wait for the perfect time. Start now. Force yourself to improve. Until your old life cannot recognize you. One day, people will ask, how did you change so much? And you will smile. Because you know the answer. If this video inspired you, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with someone who needs motivation today. Your support keeps this journey alive.